I'm showing you a document which is dated June 11th, 1999. I ask if you could please look at that document and tell me whether or not you recognize that document. Yes, sir. What do you recognize that to be? This is the plea agreement. Is that the agreement that you entered with the government in this case? Yes, sir. Is that your signature, in fact, at the end of that document? Yes, sir. Did your lawyer sign that as well? Yes, sir. In fact, besides the agreement with the government relative to a plea of guilty in this case, did you enter into another agreement? Yes, sir. What agreement? An agreement. Do you know what it is called? A cooperation agreement. A cooperation agreement? Yes, sir. If I may, Your Honor, I am showing you a document dated June 99. I say it is a document and signed on June 17th, 1999. That is correct. And it is marked Defendant's Exhibit B for identification. I ask if you could please look at this document and tell me whether or not you recognize that document. Yes, sir, I do. What do you recognize that to be? It is a cooperation agreement. Did you sign that agreement? Yes. It appears to be dated June 27th, 1999. Is that correct? It probably is. It sounds correct? Yes, okay. Throughout here, it is stated that you were arrested by federal authorities. That is correct. Throughout the time, from the time that you were arrested by the federal authorities, and I believe you testified that was April 14th, yes, or around April 14th, April 14th. Were you represented by counsel at that time? Yes. At the time that you were first arrested, I believe that you waived your rights at that time. Do you recall in April? Yes. When I was arrested? Yes. When you were first arrested, did you waive your rights and speak to state authorities on that day? No. When was the first time that you spoke to anyone? The first time, it was in February. Who was that with? Agent Lawton. You spoke with that special agent in February of 1999, did you? Yes. Where was that, if you know? At the Utica Police Station, I believe. Were you arrested at that time, or were you not? Defendant's counsel, I object on the ground he is suggesting the answer. The court overruled. Can you answer that question? Yes. Who else was present as you recall? Detective Carter and two other detectives. I don't remember their names. And this was, I'm sorry, when? February, I think it was. February of this year of 1999. And you indicated that you were under arrest at that time? Yes, I did. Were you ultimately released? Yes, sir. Were you in fact released between February then until the time that you were arrested in April 14th by the federal authorities? Yes. Now, besides your plea agreement with the government and your cooperation agreement with the government, do you also have an understanding or a promise from the state of Connecticut about them not prosecuting you for any other charges? Is that a correct statement? Yes, sir, it is correct. Do you also have another agreement with the state of Connecticut indicating that they are not going to prosecute you for any other alleged offenses that you may be involved in? That is right. Mr. Kennedy, if I can hand up to you Defendant's Exhibit A, the plea agreement that you entered in this case with the federal government. You used that if you need to in regard to questions that I'm going to ask you. You have an understanding with the federal government in this case that you are going to plead and in fact have pled guilty to one charge. Is that correct? Yes, sir. And that charge is a conspiracy to possess and distribute crack cocaine? Yes. That's it.
Good.